Phil. It's day 3 of the fast. It's October 3rd, Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. It's 11:23 p.m. It's time for the No Damn Choice workout. First, before I get started, it's time for 2 of these. I tell you something. Those 2 melatonin I took, they probably saved my fast. Because I bought those 2 computers and I stayed up all damn night. It's so disappointing. It didn't work. I had to pack them back up. I got my money back. All $650 of it. And right after I finished that workout, I'd taken those 2 melatonin. I went to sleep. I got 5.5 hours of nothing but perfect sleep, which shocked me because I needed that. I'm gonna get something else. I got some of my home tea right here. And that 5.5 hours of sleep really helped. And I was feeling pretty damn good. Until I drank a coffee at work. It's a caramel coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. They come in little K-cups. And then, in the past I drank them, they were really good. But something about the artificialness of it, and I also put 3 creamers, 3 of the Coffee Mate vanilla creamers, because that's what they have. But something about the artificialness of it really soured my feeling, so I pitched the rest of it out the window. But I felt pretty good for the rest of the day. Today I was feeling a little bit down. I had to have some energy, so I went to Wawa and I got 2 of their, it's like a 12-ounce low-fat chocolate milk, the cold low-fat chocolate milk. And I got 2 low-fat chocolate milk, 12 ounce, and I got a 12-ounce cranberry juice. Which you wouldn't think that the mix would go together, which I didn't think either. I don't know why. I think they were grouped together, and I like cranberry juice because I've had it before. And it went together okay. It's just that it tasted good, but it didn't mix together too well in the stomach. So I drank both of the chocolate milks, and I drank half of the cranberry juice. I saved the rest of the cranberry juice for later, and I finished it later. But and then I wound up going up and getting another computer, which I'm going to do an unboxing on. Maybe in a day or 2, maybe tomorrow. I don't know if I feel like it. Maybe today, if I feel like it, well, tomorrow. But I've got that computer now, so I'm very happy. It's a very different type of computer. The 2 computers that I returned were laptops, fold-out laptops. Really nice ones too. On paper, they're Gateways, and like I said, I've had a Gateway for over 10 years, a used one, and it's worked like a champ. It's got the A8 chip from AMD. A8 Athlon, I think, and I think it only has 8 gigs of RAM in it, but with that chip and with that old computer, that worked fine. But that new Gateway, and they said it was made for Walmart. I should have said, oh, that's a warning sign. And I worked on them things for 12 hours straight, both of them, trying to get them to run pages and stuff like that, and they just were not working as good as my old computer. And I was like going, these are brand new. These are the most modern computers you can buy, and it wasn't even. I've had experience with Chromebooks, and it wasn't even working as good as a Chromebook. Now, Chromebook is a very plain computer, but it actually runs websites pretty good and pretty fast. And that's what they're made for. They're not good for much of anything else. You know, looking at the computer, looking at, say, Facebook, looking at the internet, they're pretty good for that, but they're not good for heavy-duty work. But these things weren't even doing that. I was very surprised how slow the pages were loading. And Norton Antivirus, I will never, ever, ever, ever will I never, ever have Norton Antivirus on anything I own, because 20 years ago it was bad, and it's just as bad today. I could not believe it. Every time I popped that page on, it brought a little prompt on the bottom of the page. It said, checking secure path or something like that. And it was the Norton Antivirus that was interfering with the feed. And that was built into the computer. Now, I could have deleted it, but I'm buying a computer so I don't have to do that, So that went back. I got this computer now. It's the last one in the store that they had like this. Those two computers was $300 each, was $650 with taxes. But this computer, those computers had a fast chip, a modern 12th generation light version of a Intel chip, and the chip was, on paper, was excellent. It only had 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is a warning sign. Don't ever buy a modern computer with only 8 gigabytes of RAM. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Get 16 gigabytes or 32 gigabytes is even better. And this computer I just got, it doesn't run. That's especially if you're running Windows 11. This computer I just bought has 32 gigabytes of RAM in it. It has a 9th generation i5 chip in it. So on paper it should be a little bit slower than the other laptop, but the fact of the matter is it's actually optimized for speed. And it is a business laptop, desktop. And one of the best things Micro Center does is they collect business desktops. Desktop, the big one that's not mobile. And they collect those and they resell them. They refurbish them and they resell them. Now these computers, as a general rule, especially now that they have solid state drives in them, they don't wear out. And most businesses, they don't beat shit up. They turn them on and they leave them on, and you use them. So this computer, I saw in the comments, is a romping stomper. And I already have one of their business desktops. That's what I use to feed my videos to YouTube on. It works like a champ. I did used to build my own computers, but I didn't want to. That involves a certain level of pain in the ass that I didn't want to get into. Plus, if I start building a computer, I wind up with a $1,000 computer real quick. So I'm looking forward to unboxing this for you and let you look at it. I'm not going to show you it booting up and all, but they look brand spanking new. And this was the last one with that 32 gigabytes of RAM in it, and it has a terabyte solid state hard drive in it, and it has a i5 9th generation i5 chip in it, so it's eligible to boot up to. It's got Windows 10 Pro in it, which is, I've used the Pro series of Microsoft's operating system before, and they're great, and they're better than the home ones. And so it's already got a great operating system in it. The Windows 10 system is, I've seen where people actually have been derating their computers back. They've been asking, what can I actually get rid of Windows 11, because it's so resource rich that it's just not running as good as my 10 was. And so anyway, all right. Well, I'm going to have to go do something. I'm going to turn this off and I'll be back.